So it's not a big deal showing you a strategy or how you should improve your trading or how you should trade. So as you can see now, why were we going to take this gap if we're saying that the market is to, let me show you, let us take this, let me take it back there, let me take it back there. So you can see now that this, let me take it back. I wanted to make it clear for you. 20 days, ne? This is 20 days back. This is 40 days back, ne? So I think after this, you might understand why the price move. But we'll go to those smaller time frames. We are still, I'm still trying to show you. Yeah. So if we take 60 back days, it's here. That means 60 is 3 months back, ne? Where's the low of 3 months back? It's here. Why were we supposed to enter here on December? We are not supposed to take this gap, because you can see this gap is fucked up. You can see that this gap, it's already, let me show you. So the reason why people knew that on an 1 hour gap, that the reason why you're supposed to enter on a CE is this ish. Guys, let me check if my phone is still having enough battery, because I don't want load shedding to deal with me. Yeah, there's no load shedding. It's going to come at 10. So you can see that the structure was changed here. Ish, what am I even? I don't want to measure that. So as you can see now, on November, this gap took December, took this high out. But after taking this high out, some people were going to let the trade here and not knowing that the trade will end up getting here. Those are the people that are using smaller structure. That's why I'm showing you this bigger structure. So after, where did the market, like, guys, I don't know how to explain this to you, guys. I don't know how to explain this to you, because as you can see now, here around, let me show you even here what happened here. You can see that the structure did this, took out the sell side, this was the sell side. Which sell side was this one? Which month was this sell side? This sell side was September sell side. It was not October sell side. It was September sell side. It was taken out. Once this September sell side was taken out, what did the market do to show you that it was supposed to go and take out this high? Do you see that the market is always taking people's out? So if you are waiting for if you are waiting for luck, I don't think it can work here, because look at something that happened there. Do you see, from July up until the July's high was taken out on November? Why was it taken out on November? or what, why did that happen? You will have to ask yourself. It was supposed to be taken out on November because you can see that the market took out the sell side here. Instead of the sell side, what did the market took out again? It took out this fair value gap. This gap. Do you see after ever since the market created this gap? So where were you supposed to enter? You were supposed to enter at the first. It took out this gap. It took out this gap, right? This gap was left until the price come and reach this gap. After it reached this gap, it went up without even stopping. Ever since 1 November up until now, the price has been going up. So if you entered, let's say around the first day of November, and you just put out your orders here, or even if you were just entering every day, even though if you were just entering buys every day, the market was never going to take you out. But why does the market always take you out? It takes you out because you are always scared to be taken out. Why are you scared to be taken out? You are getting scared of being taken out because some of the strategies that people are using, they are not working. Because imagine if let's say you are thinking that the market was supposed to buy here, and you just have to put your orders here. This is a daily time frame. Were you going to hold your losses for 2 days? Not 2 days. Let's say if your orders were here, they were going to get activated here. Ne? Let's say let me show you something here. If your orders were here, 20, let's say if you sold this low, your orders are here. Your orders are here. You enter there a buy because you think it's support and resistance. You enter a buy here, then the market takes you here. In 2 days, it takes you here in day two. After 2 days, the market it's now here. Do you think your trades are going to be there if you opened, let's say, 10 lot sizes in your Nasdaq? It's not possible. But if you used a micro account and enter zero point 0.1 lot size here, wo- it was going to take less than 200 or 300 if you're using a smaller account. But if you're using a standard account, it was maybe going to take 700. But after taking 700, how much was it going to be giving you every day? So when you are discussing, or when you wanted to know where you are, how are you supposed to enter, or what are you doing wrong, you will have to know that sometimes the stop loss is doing you wrong, and sometimes this resistance, they are doing you wrong, because you will have to know the price. You will have to know the price. So now I showed you the daily buyers. How do they move? How do they work? So the reason why you were supposed to enter going down here, it's simple. It's still a gap. It's always a gap. I can show you many gaps that you have never seen here. Like look at here. The market created a high and it created a gap here. This, this was the high. We have to ignore this high. Why are we supposed to ignore this high? We're supposed, because this is the highest high. We cannot put our trade in the highest high. But if the highest high was formed, and now you can see that it formed a low. After forming a low, what did the market do? It formed a low here. What did the market do? It break this low with this big candle. After it break this big with this low with this big candle, what happened? There was a gap. Do you see this gap? There was a gap. And if there was a gap, where do you know you were supposed to take out your entries? It was simple. You were going to take them out here on this low. You see this low, this low, that low that I'm showing you. How were you going to know where should I enter? You were supposed to use a fib. What were you going to measure with your fib? You are going to measure your low, your daily low. This is the low that you can see. It's a low. You are supposed to measure a low. Let me show you how to measure it. And enter your price at 0.62. Ne? This is your low. This is your low and high. Ne? This is your low and high. Ne? After this low and high, let me show you where you're supposed to take your trades. After you see that a daily time frame has broken a structure. So guys, these things are too simple. They are too simple. But the problem is just that here is where you're supposed to take your. The problem is just that we are not going to get there on a 1 hour time, 4 hour. Let us go to in 1 hour time frame so that you must see the frame how we were supposed to enter. Let's try to go to a 1 hour. Maybe it's going to take us there. If it doesn't, we'll try to look at the 4 hour time frame. Eh? Yeah, this is what is going on. So where do you know you were supposed to enter? How do you know you were going to enter? I'm showing you here. This is what I'm showing you here. Ne? This is what I'm showing you here. Remember that was the high, ne? Here it's 0 point. Look at the price, ne? This is a range. What type of a range is this one? It's a range, ne? On top of this range, what's going on here? What was going to make us believe? What was supposed to make us believe that this range is going to go down? What was going to influence our trades on taking this trade? I will have to show you. So guys, you are just leaving money while you are traders. Like I think it's very hard not to know how what know that trading does exist. Ne? I think it's a problem, but blowing your account while the checks are here and are simple, like you can approach them in many ways. So look at what happened here. Ne? You can see a high was created here. After this high was created here, ne? The low was created here. Where was the low? The high is 1 and the equilibrium is what? It's 0.5. This is the middle. This is where the middle where this is where the middle range is. This is premium. Up here is premium. Down here it's discount. You understand? So once the market reaches at premium, you can see that you measure this range from there up until here. What was this? This was a high. Was a Wednesday high and it created its low on Monday. After it created its low on Monday, what did the market do? It created a high on 19 Wednesday and it created a low on Monday. What did the market did? It went up and attacked this buy side. That means if you are taking intraday trading, you are supposed to come here and enter here and exit and take profits here. After taking profit here, what we're going to do again? You are supposed to come and even take profit here. I know that once the market, it was from here up until here and it came and reached there. We know that the market did that. But if let's say you are taking the intraday, but if you were measuring a large range, you can even go now to your movement and use a fib and you find that this is accurate. So you are supposed to enter here. This is where the OTE is entry. That means if let's say you saw that the market it's here on low, and you find that the market came here and failed. Let me show you the gap that you were supposed to look out for. There must not be a feed without a gap, like there must be even a gap. The market has to create a gap. Like I've never seen the gap before, but I'm telling you that the gap must be there. It has to create the gap. So if you are taking your entries, the gap must motivate you. If you want to take your entries, the gaps, that's what must motivate your trades. This was the gap. We don't look at these low gaps that are down here, guys. That's what you always have to always know. We don't look at these gaps that are down here because it's not in the. We look at the gaps that are at premium. That's the gaps that they do. Do matter. You only look for gaps that are not in premium while you are like you. I don't know what to say again. Like you only look for gaps. Do you see this gap was at premium? So if you're entering trades, you don't have to be 100%. That's why the market, you will never know what the market is doing. You just have to be always be better than like your analysis must make you feel free. You must be free. Innovation fair value gap. So do you see this is an innovation fair value gap? I don't know this gap. Why is it here? But I will show you most of the things. So this gap, I think it was on a this gap. I think we had it on a daily time frame. So this gap, what does this gap influences our trades? How does this gap influences our trade? Because you can see that this was an inversion fair value gap. This was a gap that broke this one. It broke this one. It broke this. It broke this candle. Remember, it broke this candle. What did this gap do? The market, the market came here. The market opened, opened here, and come down here, and come and close there. Then it opened here and went up there and come back and again and close again here. After it rallied down, it breaks. It created a gap. Where did it create a gap? It created a gap on the premium. How do you know it's the premium? You always know it's the premium because let me show you. You always